Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for iPad today is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
Coming up, let's play some games. I'm not talking about head games, I'm talking about things like Flappy Birds and, oh, you know, the Olympics that are coming up too.
That is such a hard game. Plus, Facebook's Paper is finally here. HealthBook might be live in iOS 8. And Apple broke iPad sales records again.
All that and die autocorrect. Die on iPad today.
iPad Today is brought to you by 99 Designs, the world's largest graphic design marketplace. 99 Designs connects businesses seeking quality, affordable designs with a community of more than 270 graphic designers. Visit 99designs.com/iPad today to receive a free Power Pack upgrade, valued at $99. Welcome to iPad Today, the early morning edition. We're barely awake.
You've got your coffee, though.
I do.
And if all goes as usually does, it'll be in the wires.
Soon.
Somewhere in the next 10 minutes.
Somebody actually wrote me, he said, you know, there's a thing, because we have these holes beneath us that the wires go into the ground. There's a thing you could put in the holes that catches coffee, so that when you spill your coffee, as I am wont to do, into the hole, it doesn't drip down into the basement and short circuit the entire operation.
That would be cool. Not that it ever has, but, you know.
I like living dangerously.
Sure.
Actually, it might have, because we lost something in my studio that we use for the radio show, a special mixing board, the Axia. And when
what do you
John
mean you lost it?
It stopped
it just went away? Oh, I see. You
and
lost
when John
it to
pulled out
meth.
the power supply unit, coffee stains all over it. And I said, did I do that? He said, well, yeah, but it was a while ago. Probably didn't kill it, unless it took a while to drip in. I shouldn't be allowed to drink coffee here.
No, please do.
I'm a fumble fingers.
It'll help you. It'll make it better.
So I mention this because
better.
we now do this show, my God, at 11 in the morning.
Don't even talk to me.
How? Oh, whose idea? Oh, that was mine.
Yeah, it was. No, it's good. I actually like it. I like it a lot because...
First show of the week.
That's what I want to talk about on a Monday. I want to talk about iPad apps. Well, you know, it actually works out really well. I'm not even kidding, because I use my iPad every day. But I mean, the weekend days are the days where I actually have a few hours sometimes to get comfortable on the couch and just go iPad only.
Did you? Okay, yesterday was the Super Bowl.
True.
Were you a second screener? Did you have the iPad and the game?
I did.
You know why? It was the most boring game in history. It was so horrible.
So boring.
That even Bruno Mars and Flea couldn't save it.
I enjoyed Bruno Mars. I thought he was a real fun little dancer.
Yes, that's what he is. He's a fun little dancer. You summed his entire career up into 3 words.
He kind of reminds me of Little Richard.
Yeah, or James Brown, or...
Yeah.
He freely admits that.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the music not so much, but just kind of the performance aspect. I thought he was real cute.
Oh, he's cute.
He's real cute.
He's a cute guy.
And then all the Red Hot Chili Peppers forgot the shirts.
And it was cold, but not as cold as we were worried that it would be in Rutherford, East Rutherford.
Were we worried that it would be so cold?
Yeah, they had snow was in the forecast.
Well, you know, it snowed in the stadium today.
Yeah, see, they just missed it.
They just missed it.
Anyway, it didn't help the Broncos any. But so my point being...
Yes.
Well, did you know that, for instance, 57% of the Super Bowl commercials had a hashtag?
I do know that because I read Marketing Land this morning. But you know, it's interesting. So Danny Sullivan, who's
he counted them.
Frequent guest on many Twit shows, yeah, he said he and his daughter were just sitting there like making little tallies on a piece of paper for all of the hashtags that were involved in ads, and they don't really make any sense.
You know, I know they're silly, but that's how you remember it, and and I guess they hope that people would tweet, "Oh, not Toyota." But what surprised me is it was only 57%. It seemed like everybody who bought those $4.5 million Super Bowl ads was counting on millions of views on YouTube, because they made not only the ad, but side ads that were only on the web, and they had hashtags, they had links. You know, there were some of the brands would have, but you know, I feel bad for Maserati.
Why?
Their website went down. They're
not used to that many people caring about them?
They didn't expect all the traffic from that ad, and the web, boom.
Well, all right. Let that be a lesson to you.
Yes.
Use Squarespace next time.
Yeah.
Maserati.
By the way, what'd you think of the Squarespace ad? That was something.
I don't remember seeing one.
Well, I guess it didn't work then.
But
yes, they bought an ad.
But I was like cooking, and I was
Right.
mildly interested in the game, not really.
See, I'm glued to the ads.
I did miss them.
I'm glued to the ads. We were doing Twit at the same time, but
right.
I've since gone. Now, remember we talked last week about watching the ads, and of course I should have known. YouTube has a whole channel where it's beautifully laid out. They've got a grid of all the ads, and you can watch every Super Bowl ad to your heart's
I sure
content.
liked that one about the puppy and the horse.
Yeah.
I even tweeted the hashtag best buds because I'm like, I like it. I like it.
It worked.
Mm-hmm.
It worked.
And what you do then, and I know we're not really talking about iPads yet, but you know we're talking about Twitter.
Well, we are, because you. How did you tweet it?
It was.
You're sitting there with your
my
iPad,
yeah,
tweeting.
Yeah, it was. But I tweeted it, and then I clicked on the hashtag to see what would happen. And then the top result is the commercial because it's a promoted tweet bought by Budweiser.
Yes.
So that's all like it's
circular.
It is a circular cycle.
It's circular.
And guess who wins?
Not us.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
But I hope that the horse and the dog are real good friends.
This is the YouTube ad blitz, where you can watch and vote, I guess.
Here comes the ad blitz.
Because it's just not enough that they paid $4.5 million for a single airing. Were you disappointed that Apple did not buy an ad?
I wasn't disappointed. I was surprised.
I thought they might buy a 30th anniversary ad, because you know it was 30 years ago they ran the 1984 commercial for the Macintosh.
Yes.
And I thought maybe they would, you know.
Well,
do a
what's funny
throwback.
too, we're going to talk about it a little bit later in the show, is they actually have a movie that was shot on. Well, it would have been perfect to run in the Super Bowl.
There
It's
was
not as if they don't
kind
have
of an
the
Apple
money.
ad. Remember the U2 ad? The U2 was fabulous. Bono running out with that weird microphone on the thing and all the lights and stuff. And it was an ad for a free single by U2.
That's right. Oh yeah, not an app. It was
in iTunes.
That's right.
It's a 99-cent single normally, but instead of costing you anything, that 99 cents was donated to Bono's Product Red charity, and they raised $2 million.
It's crazy.
2
so
million
maybe
people
Apple was just sort of like, you know what,
we're happy.
We're in there.
And
We don't
Apple
even
must
have
have
to try.
donated too, because not only who was the I see this is sad, because who was donating the money? I don't remember that part. Some company. But Apple had to, in a way, give its 30% donation as well for it to make money. I presume that they also kicked in effect by not charging.
Well, let's hope so.
So,
cool. So, Super Bowl aside, there was something else that swept not just the nation.
It was Bank of America. Thank you. Let's give them credit.
Oh my gosh, that was. You
Yeah.
know, the whole time I'm like, where did I see that? And it was because I was online banking with Bank of America.
Yeah.
There is something else that's sweeping the world, actually, and not necessarily in a good way, because people find this game to be excruciatingly hard, and that is Flappy Bird.
Okay, every once in a lifetime, if your lifetime is about a month long, a game or a program, an app comes along that sweeps the nation.
Right.
This is the latest, Flappy Bird. Now, it is an iPhone app, but you could play it.
It's actually universal.
Oh, it plays on. Oh, so it's not. It's not.
No.
Okay, I saw you turning your iPad.
Well, it does want to be in portrait mode, but yes.
This is the hardest and dumbest 8-bit game ever. Get the sound, because the sound is what makes this game.
Let me turn it on.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you tap to flap. That's it. Every time. Your idea is, of course, to get through that little gap. So this one person started playing this, and now everybody's playing it. It is so addictive. I don't understand why it's so addictive, but everybody. I was talking to Eli, who is one of our interns.
Come on!
He said it like 4 days ago. One person downloaded it at his high school. Everybody's playing it at the high school now. It's one of those games. You see how hard it is?
Yeah, I do.
I saw somebody on Twitter who has a high score of 30. Actually, she had 33. So
come on!
Tap faster, they say. No, don't tap faster.
Don't,
you have 34,
if you tap
54?
faster, then I just go higher, and that doesn't help anybody.
It's so hard.
Come on, get me through one pipe. One pipe. One pipe.
Terrible.
Single pipe.
I've only gotten through 3. My high score is 3.
You know what? I hate it.
Okay, I'll tell you why this works.
A
couple of things.
So much.
So I'm trying to figure out why do people love this, because it's very, 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 very hard.
Well, because it's so hard.
I think the sound is one, because even when you die, it's funny.
Real.
2, because the controls couldn't be simpler.
Yep, it's true.
Right?
Yep.
And 3, because you think you should do better. But so you keep trying. A game like this doesn't succeed if you don't keep trying. And this game, even though you die, for the first 100 times you play it, you die immediately. For some reason, you keep trying. And then when you get through the first one, it's like, yes! And then a second, third, and as you get better at it, it's completely addictive. I've been really thinking about this.
Well, so it's interesting because you're not alone. A lot of other people feel this way. In fact, if you do a search for Flappy Bird in the App Store, it has 483,975 reviews.
Now, well,
I've never seen anything.
This is controversial.
Okay.
Some have said that some of these reviews are by the developer.
Well, some of these reviews, when you read them, painfully addicting. Our lives will never be the same. Why you no fly straight.
That's
Pure
good.
evil.
Yeah.
Satanic.
Yeah.
The death of me.
Yes.
Rated D for demonic.
Yes.
My survival story.
Yes.
The apocalypse.
This bird is demonic.
What have I done? Don't do it. 5 stars.
But they're all 5 stars.
Flappy Bird is made of orphans' tears. I mean, this is really, I don't know. I mean, there's some rage. There's some App Store rage out there.
Okay, and the other thing.
Some of those reviews were like dupes.
The other thing,
So,
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Is you watch somebody play Flappy Birds and you go, I could do better than that.
Give me
You're
that.
terrible.
Give me that iPad.
Well, no, you just download them immediately. Well, I could beat you, and then you start going clank. And
hard.
that's why it spreads. You look over somebody's shoulder and you go, I could play. Oh, you're terrible at that. Brilliant.
And then like.
By the way,
What?
free.
Yeah. Well, better be. I'm gonna pay for that junk.
These guys aren't making any money. There's no in-app purchases or anything.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, they have the attention of the world.
It's
now,
Dong Nguyen.
now.
And these guys, it might just be this one guy, Dong Nguyen.
Yeah, it's
brilliant.
.gears.com is the company associated with it. But yeah, I don't really get it because I don't know. I get frustrated with a game like this. I'm like, oh, I'm not good enough to play, so I'm just.
You stop?
Yeah.
You don't feel compelled to try harder?
No.
Really, I'm
No.
surprised.
No, I don't have that kind of ambition.
Because I think it seems like it's easier than. Oh, there is an ad in it. Okay, so that's how he makes money.
Oh, is there?
Uh-huh. Oh!
See.
And it crashed. Thank you. Bye, Flappy Birds.
Yeah, right. But the thing is like people are talking about it online, and Nick Bilton was one of those who's like, you have to uninstall it, you have to delete that app, or take back your life. And it's like, well, I don't know. I just sitting there, not being played.
Nick
by
Bilton
me.
from the New York Times. We interviewed him on Triangulation last week on his book,
Hatching Twitter.
Is particularly susceptible to viral videos. Remember when viral things? Remember when Vine came out and he couldn't stop making videos for like a month?
Well, he was very creative.
Yeah, he was.
He's a creative soul. He also plays like some D&D games or something.
There's something about Nick.
Something about you, Nick. You're
we
just
love him.
fun.
He's one of my favorite people.
You're just a fun, cute, very
Cute,
smart.
sweet, British, but no accent, which is weird.
Just cool. Just cool. Has a cool dog.
OMG Pops Draw Something. Remember? That's all he would do for hours.
Yeah. Right.
Are we going to do games today? Because
Yes.
I have a game I can show you.
Please do. Please.
It is.
Please.
It is.
Save
Jeffrey
me from
Needles
myself.
introduced me this game, and it's addictive as well. Oh, is it on here? Oh, it's on my other iPad.
What's
all right,
it
you do your
called?
game, and I'm going to put it on here.
So this one is a complete switch of gears because we're talking about games, but it also happens to be the Olympics opening ceremonies this Friday.
Sochi.
In Sochi,
Yeah.
which is controversial for a lot of reasons, but if you just stick with the games part of it, I decided, well, maybe we'll get a jump on everything and talk about Olympic game apps today on the show. Well, I don't know. We did that last 2 years ago for the Summer Olympics, and they're not all so great, but there was one app that I just thought was weird, so I thought, well, let's just talk about it. It's called Team USA Pinsanity.
Oh, well, pins are big. The athletes trade pins.
That's
this is
right.
a big part of the.
I didn't really know this.
Yeah, for the athletes, this is huge.
And in fact, if you just go
Look, a Matryoshka doll.
at the beginning of the app, it says, "Hi, welcome to Team USA's Pinsanity. Let me show you around. The bigger our collections are, the better." Okay, here's a little gift from me to you. It's the Welcome to Pinsanity pin.
Oh, that's
cool.
nice. Yeah.
Tap here to see all of our pins. Start your collection and see what's for sale.
How do you collect?
Well,
Do you have to live in the Olympic Village to play this game?
no. This is for people at home. Oh. Blah blah
This is
blah.
cute.
Well, yeah, okay, so got it. So the whole idea is that once the games do begin,
Yeah.
you, here you go.
Oh, so you're like watching on TV?
Exactly.
And then you see a pin. So it's kind of like...
it is sort of a second screen type of a thing.
Kind of like Get Glue.
It is.
Instead of stickers, you're getting pins.
But for the Olympics specifically. Now, what's kind of weird about it is that even though it's an app in the App Store, the developers' notes will link you straight to the Facebook page for Team USA Pinsanity, which is, okay, whatever. But this is actually where you can learn a lot more about these pins. And now, when I said Pinsanity, you said, oh, Olympic pins, that's a big deal. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that till today.
Yeah, well, you weren't in the Olympics.
Well, neither were you.
Oh, no, I was in the... I competed in the shot put.
I see. Yeah. I see. Apparently, by the way, I made a note about the Olympics, you know, being around the corner on Twitter last night, and I got like 1 million responses for how excited people are about curling. I didn't know curling was such a big deal.
It is the national sport of Canada. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
I thought that would be hockey.
I thought so too. But when I went to Canada, they were quick to inform me, oh no, my friend, the official sport of Canada is... So you watch the biathlon.
Team USA's Tim Burke has competed with the U.S. Team International, blah, blah, blah.
Holy
yeah,
moly.
so you say, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and buy one. Yes, sure, great, cool. So now I've got some pins. So it's really like it's an enthusiasts app. The app, of course, is free, as it should be. But it's, you know, it was the most compelling Team USA Olympics app that I could find. So well, considering that the games haven't started yet.
Do you like trivia? Are you good at trivia?
Love it.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm good at it, but I enjoy it.
Well, imagine, if you will, a trivia game that pits you against your friends.
Oh, that sounds
Wouldn't that be fun?
That sounds like a lot of games.
This is called Quiz Up. Works really well on the iPad, even though it's an iPhone game.
Yeah, wait, have we talked? Maybe I talked about it on i5. Not
you
on
might
the show.
have.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have this game?
Yeah, Quiz Up.
Because I love this. So Jeffrey Needles keeps challenging me to games on here. Should I play one of these? Okay, Divergent Trilogy. I didn't know. I don't. That's a book. Didn't know. Let's do logos. I bet you could do that. So let's see. Jeffrey. Now you could play simultaneously, or in this case, he played ahead of me, and so I'm going to be playing kind of with him offline. He already has his answers, and I won't see his answers. So help me out here, because I'd love to beat Jeff Needles. Round one. Music's good. It's dramatic. What product is represented by this fisherman's friend? Of course, the throat lozenge.
Okay.
That was a fishing boat. So you see, we got a logo. What movie uses this iconic image? Watchmen, right? Yeah. All right. That's a happy face with a hole in its head.
Ooh, not so happy now.
Oh, that's easy. That's Burger King, right? Yeah, everybody knows that one. So you see, I'm quite good, and apparently I'm beating Jeff. It's both timed. You got to get as many points as you can. Oh, yeah, Mortal Kombat Dragon. And see, he's the only way I'm beating him is in timing. That's Denny's, yeah, right?
Denny's,
yeah.
Denny's.
Oh, look at that. He went ahead on me. He's now winning 80 to 77. This is,
No, you're...
See, this is what's annoying. That's not fair.
Calm down.
Okay. I tapped it like, I'm glad you saw that.
That one I don't.
That is,
I don't know that one.
He knows it. Formula One. It's an F and a 1.
If it's about cars, I don't know it.
Yeah, me neither. I just watched Rush. That was a good movie. Dodge, right? Dodge Ram trucks. Oh, I beat him, but just by a few points. Look at that. I love this game.
So the problem that I have with Quiz Up is that...
Look at the categories, though. There's so many great categories.
Well, are there? Because, who really wants to play their friends about who knows logos the best?
Well, that's right, but that's dumb. But that's
just a featured topic.
That's because Jeff likes logos.
No. That was one of the featured topics that was offered to me as well.
But I will show you the topics. There are lots of them. And they add new ones all the time. Name the NFL players, girls, The Office. We should play The Office.
Wait. What's the girls one?
I don't know.
Like the showgirls?
I don't know. You want to play? Four girls trying to find out who they are. It must be the showgirls, right?
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
So, but look, that's arts. Then there's arts general. There's arts architecture. There's history. There's educational, which includes countries, cities, math. History is not just history. You can do 16th and 17th century history.
I'm not going to know that.
Right. So you do this year, last year.
People were dirty.
I like history. I did mix them up with some folklore. If, let's say you feel that you know everything there is to know about Nelson Mandela, you could take that one.
Sure.
You learn while you're doing it. I think it's a fun game. So you have mentioned this on i5.
I have.
I think this is fun.
No, we haven't talked about it on the show.
It's a free. It's a really, really fun. And by the way, I should show you. If you log into Facebook, it gets all your Facebook friends. You see a lot of my friends are playing this game. So it's fun. I can challenge them. I can say, hey, David Pogue, which I should challenge him in technology. Well, that's David Prager. Let's challenge David. I don't want to challenge David Prager in technology. Let's challenge David Pogue in tech. He is the tech writer for Yahoo, formerly the New York Times. So now what it's going to do is say, is David online? It's going to wait a second. No, he's not on. I mean, this will wait a little bit, but I'll just start it now. And so he's a beginner, but I can still beat him. Let's see. You want to play tech?
Sure.
Okay, real quick. You help me because I want to beat this guy. Round 1. How smart are you? First mobile phone was invented by Bell Labs in what year?
I don't know.
72. No. See, David would have gotten that. I'm in trouble already.
Are you sure?
I don't know. 77. Who's that? Melinda French was Bob. See, I knew that. She's Bill Gates' wife, but she, before that, was Microsoft Bob's product manager. Which mobile phone application has a total of 1.7 billion downloads? Got to be Angry Birds.
Not Doodle Jump.
Well, Doodle Jump's pretty big. You ever play Doodle Jump?
That big?
Well, what was the previous name of Google? It was Backrub.
Oh, I didn't know that.
See, wouldn't it be fun if you beat
Stifler.
David Pogue? Stifler. The popular photo sharing site Flickr was acquired by what? Misspelled. Yahoo. He'll know that. He works for Yahoo now.
Well, he should know it.
So he'll get to play this. He'll see that there's a challenge. I don't know. You short? I don't know.
Project Direct.
I never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
All right, so this is the 2X bonus. This is the big round. Internet 3Com canceled it. It was the Fido. No. Audrey. It was Audrey. It was the kitchen computer. He's going to beat me. So now we'll wait for David to play, and then sometime later I'll learn about my humiliation. That's called Quiz Up. It's fun.
I enjoy it.
Feel free to challenge me, folks. Not in Divergent
I like the sound effects.
Oh,
I like how there's the...
Dr. Mom's already challenging me. She's that kind of person. She and me. Now, I don't know. I bet Jeff beat me on Divergent Trilogy. I lost. Yeah, Jeff actually knew one answer, so there you go. All right. It's fun.
Divergent Trilogy?
I don't know what it is. It's a book or something. I didn't know I didn't know what the questions even meant.
Oh, all right.
And then you see all your friends and how they're doing and all that stuff. It's fun. Quiz Up.
Interesting.
Whenever I have a few moments, because I love trivia.
I love.
Yeah.
And you do learn.
This is actually, so there are a lot of trivia games. This one has
I didn't know about 3Com's Audrey.
A broad variety of questions, fun answers.
Yeah.
It has yet to be wrong, which is a pet peeve of mine. Trivia contests where they have the wrong answer.
Oh. Well, they still did spell Flickr wrong.
They did.
But that's,
That was minor.
I guess
but
we'll
that was a little
pass.
error. We did catch him in an error, yeah.
You lose.
Yeah.
Good day.
Good day.
Well, Flappy Bird, I'm not going back to that thing. But it is an iPad app as well as an iPhone
I have another
app.
game if you want.
I
could show you more games.
Well, I bet you could. If you would like to, that's fine.
Should I
I did want to
be Flappy Bird for Halloween? I could start planning now.
That's way too far away.
Okay.
Way too far away. Where is our career military combat? Huh, that's odd. I thought that...
Are you looking for a game?
Well, I was looking for some Olympic stuff.
Here is a really hard game.
All right.
This game is kicking my butt.
Okay.
In fact, it could tell. That's why it said again.
Oh, this bull poo.
So the name of it is Impossible. What? Impossible something. You gotta stay. It's like Marble Madness, but it's fast. Oh, it's so hard to stay on this thing.
I mean, that's like, it's impossible.
It's impossible. I would say this is a Flappy Bird kind of game, and the guy who recommended this in the chat room. Impossible what? Impossible Road?
Ooh.
Oh, almost got two. Almost got two. So if you want another game that's just going to drive you bonkers.
I just like the music.
You can't do it with tilting. Maybe I should do that. Let me be better at that. Let's see. Yes again. Yes. Don't stop. Oh!
You're not good. The Impossible Game?
Have you played Flappy Bird recently?
Touche.
Hey, my friend.
Impossible Road.
Road, I think.
By the way, that's $2. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's not free.
Just
Not free.
If you really want to pay for your own misery, this would be the place to do it.
You want misery? I'll show you misery. I was so excited. I saw this. This was a iTunes pick, an App Store pick.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
It's Dungeon Keeper. If you played this in the 80s, one of the great games. They've brought it back on the iPad. I was so excited. And then I saw it was Electronic Arts. And I thought, uh-oh.
Oh, because you've got a problem with them, right?
Yeah. They're the kings of freemium. You know that I don't mind freemium if I can play the game without having to buy a ton of stuff.
Right.
This is one of the great games of the 80s. So much fun. Really love it, and it's a fairly faithful rendition of it. Here's my dungeon.
You said you had an explosive personality. Victory for the forces of evil.
Okay, achievement unlocked. Ain't got time to bleed. Claim my reward. 5 gems. Blah blah blah. You see, I'm building a little dungeon here. I can go out and attack people, raid people's dungeons. I can go out and I can build my dungeon. It's one of those games where you're building something, and you know, I have imps. They can. I'll have an imp mine some rock, and then he's going to run over and mine the rock. And you know, I can make holes in this stuff and kind of explore. Oh, actually, I want to get over there. Now, notice I can rush things along with the rush button. Okay, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. I do have 487 gems. If I want another imp, let's see. Oh, I need 800 gems. I guess I could wait a really long time and collect gems, or I could go give some money to Electronic Arts.
Oh.
And boy, I got chills when I saw this.
Best
because this
value,
me, yeah,
$99.99.
That's what I did with donuts 3 times.
Best value.
3 times
That's
I bought.
good value.
I bought donuts. Now I'm never going to buy anything else from Electronic Arts.
You've learned your lesson.
Oh,
Except that
no,
you're spending
cancel.
You're spending $8.
Cancel.
Purchase canceled.
So
You know,
I'm just saying,
that
beware.
New
If you
iPad stand of yours is very, it's very shaky.
well, because I keep hitting it.
Well, I feel like we need to give you a nice stand that doesn't do that,
Stop it.
because that's, you know,
Okay.
Not
I'm not going to
fun.
touch anything more.
it's like making me sick.
Okay, Electronic Arts is making me insane.
Yeah, that's
I
clear.
want to play this game. I loved this game when I was a younger person. Not a young man, but younger. Can't, because you have to buy gems, and I'm not giving a penny more to EA. Stay away from it.
Dungeon Keeper for
No.
the lose.
For the loot. I really thought it was important. Normally we don't review stuff that's not good. But it's so tempting. This was such a great game.
You felt that it was a
And Apple gave it a
duty.
pick.
Well,
And so I thought
Sometimes
I got to warn you
Apple-
off of this.
sometimes Apple features stuff in their store, and
It's
then
an editor's choice.
yeah, and then you download it or you install it, and you're like, really? I think that you would just highlight it because you needed something to highlight.
And frankly, shame on you, EA. You make plenty of money. You don't need to rip us off. You know, the model for this is Clash of Clans, a similar game that I love, that you can play without spending money. I gave him $20 just because I love the game. I thought I'm gonna give him some money, but you can play it without spending any money. And it's a wonderful game, and that's a good example of freemium. They make $24 million a day, I think was the number. No, or was it $2 million? Anyway, they make a lot of money on it
per day.
a day.
Wow.
But there's no coercion. You don't have to buy stuff. EA, I'm sure, is going to make money on this, but it's taking advantage of people, I think.
Dungeon Keeper, stay away, as well as Flappy Bird, although that one's free and only your fault.
Yeah.
Just a reminder that we are now live on Mondays. If you watch us after the fact, whatever. You can watch
Whatevs.
you can watch and listen whenever you like. But if you'd like to watch live and participate in our chat room and give us real-time feedback, Mondays at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern is our new time here on the Twit Network, directly after TNT, which is fun for me because I feel all like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I got the weekend behind me, and you know.
You're losing steam even as I speak.
Yeah.
I'm watching it just kind of.
Yeah. I should try relaxing more on the weekends.
What did you do this weekend?
I spilled wine on my couch.
Oh, that's not good. Was that at a Super Bowl party, or were you all alone?
I don't want to talk about it in detail.
Wait a minute. Was there a cat involved?
No.
Okay, all right.
I can't blame this one on Lucy.
Did you see? Now, wait a minute. Now, I'm surprised you watched the Super Bowl. You didn't watch the Puppy Bowl?
I didn't.
Did you know that Grumpy Cat appeared on the halftime show?
Lil Bub did too.
Lil Bub?
In fact, I think it was Lil Bub, not
Grumpy Cat.
Yeah.
Some deformed cat was on there.
Lil Bub.
And Piano Cat.
That's Fatso.
Fatso.
Keyboard Cat.
Keyboard Cat's gone.
Correct.
But there was some other cat wearing his same clothes with the same piano.
Which confused me because I was like, Fatso's deceased.
Fatso's deceased. So I am shocked because I thought you and your love, you do a show called Petopia. I thought you would for sure be watching the Puppy Bowl.
Well, you know what, Leo? I can't do it all. I can't I
know,
can't
it's
always
hard.
do it all. Sometimes I have to think about technology instead.
Yeah.
I suffered through the Super Bowl,
There he
not
is.
even really wanting to.
That doesn't look like Fatso.
It really doesn't.
What is he playing? He's playing, he was doing a Bruno Mars song or something. What was he doing? He played one song.
So yeah, that's
My greatest claim to fame, by the way.
What?
That thank you, Mauricio, I have a piano, what is it called? Keyboard Cat video of me and popping my ball.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
He-
I love that.
He poises his paws above the keyboard.
He's ready.
And then
he's ready for you to
boom,
fail.
and you go,
Play him off. Keyboard Cat. Of course, if you have ideas for apps that you want us to talk about, really, if you just want to talk to us, tell us some secrets instead of posting it to that app secret. You can write us at iPadtoday@twit.tv. I won't tell anybody what you say. I promise.
Our show today brought to you by 99designs.com. You, my friend, yeah, I'm talking to you. I bet you have great ideas, great concepts. Maybe you're a brilliant chef or a wonderful programmer. But if you're anything like me and Sarah, there's one thing you could perhaps lack slightly. That's design sense. This is a very finely tuned skill. And nowadays, I don't care if it's the Flappy Bird or the angry cat. If you don't have good design, you ain't got nothing.
That's right.
That's why you got to go to 99designs.com. There are over 270,000 graphic designers waiting to help you look your best. Very affordable prices, too. What happens there? You go and you create a contest. You say, I need a landing page or a menu. I need a car wrap or a T-shirt. We just did our new T-shirts. We haven't picked them. We're going to have a contest in the our 5 favorites. We've got some really great designs. So you do the contest. We actually bought 5 designs out of the submissions, but you can buy as few as 1, of course. The designer will work with you to get closer to your vision, and then you say, yes, you win. You can start your next graphic design project as low as $199. The process is very fun. It's fast, too, and you get 100% satisfaction guaranteed. You get what you want in just a few days. You're going to get some great ideas, some great designs, and you're going to look like you have that design sense. A lot of people think they do. Don't be that person. Be honest with yourself and get a real designer doing your happy dog. Look at that. That's cute.
That's cute. I like that.
Right now, if you visit 99designs.com/iPad today, you'll get a $99 power pack of services absolutely free. A power pack gives you more designer time and attention. 99 Designs will bold, highlight, and feature your design project in 99 Designs Marketplace, and you'll get nearly twice as many designs. Visit 99designs.com/iPad today.
Sorry.
And we thank 99 Designs.
That
for
was
the
just
support.
my designer calling me to be like, do you like my design?
What's your ringtone? That sounded familiar.
I don't know. It's something that Apple
It's an Apple ringtone?
it gave me the option. Would you like
use
this? And I said,
A
yeah.
built-in. How many, show of hands, I'm curious. How many on your phone, on your smartphone, use a built-in ringtone? How many create your own? Wow, I'm surprised. Like 80% of you use the built-in ringtone. I'm surprised. I thought more people. You know what mine is?
There's more than one. There are
What?
lots of built-in ringtones.
Yeah,
to choose from.
there's still the canned built-in. Come on, when you listen to the ringtones on your phone, do you listen and go, boy, that's great. I can't wait to hear that every time somebody calls me.
Well, here's the thing.
What?
I don't like it when my phone rings. So, I make it pretty clear
You
that I
might
don't
if you
want my
had-
phone to.
This is your ringtone.
Boy.
Oh, I turned the sound off so it wouldn't ring during the show.
Oh, okay. This is a great tutorial. Yeah, that's
You know
good.
what's sad?
What?
Nobody calls me anymore.
That's the thing. When my phone started ringing just now, I was like, is that my alarm?
I kind
don't
of
know.
hope my phone rings now.
Well, because it's cool.
So it's cool. I think I'm a spy.
Wow,
Whoa!
somebody left me a voice message, even though I explicitly say on my voicemail, please hang up and send me a text.
Please hang up and dial
'Cause
your
I don't
call
want to
again.
listen to whatever you gotta say to me.
Laporte.
You know
Leo
what-
Laporte.
You know what we are going to listen to?
Sounds like I'm actually. See, that's not a good spy name, Leo Laporte. I sound like I should be making pizza somewhere. Laporte, Leo Laporte.
No, it's
It's not a spy name.
it's
Lane, Sarah Lane is a spy name. You should, frankly, you could be in Superman comics with a name like that. Lola's secret
that joke.
sister.
Do you want to say something about Penny Lane also? Because that's usually the next one that people say, hey, are you related to the Lois? Hey, are you in my ears and in my eyes?
Really? People were that stupid? Oh, I guess I was just a minute ago.
It's okay. It's fine. It's a cool name. I like my name.
Your name is a really good name. I'm just saying
Thank
that.
you.
If it were Leo Lane.
That's kind of cool too.
But Leo Laporte, I sound like I should be, you know.
No, don't sell
making
yourself
carvings
short.
in a cathedral
Don't
somewhere.
sell yourself short. So, what do you think about Apple's latest quarterly earnings?
Very, very good. In fact, did you notice that we're almost exactly twice that? Profit was almost exactly twice that of Microsoft?
Yes.
When did that happen before?
I don't
Holy
know.
cow.
If you're an analyst, you still found a reason to wring your hands over the future of Apple because clearly they've lost their edge. iPad sales set a new record, 26 million.
iPhone sales set a new record,
iPhones
51 million.
That's correct.
However, this is why, okay, you're noting that the stock price dived.
Sure.
But this is why. This is the big quarter. This is the holiday buying quarter.
Yes.
And
we also had iPad mini Retinas.
there were new iPads, and really, Apple lives on this quarter. It is the big quarter. So while you can have record sales and everything, if they're not as record as the Wall Street thought they'd be, for instance, they thought there'd be 55 million iPhones. So you fell short by 4 million. They're going to ding you. Now, I don't ever pay attention to Wall Street, but that's why they ding you.
So I mentioned...
Still, look at that. Look at iPhone's blue.
Yeah.
iPad's yeller.
Yeah.
Even the Mac had a record season. They sold a record number of Macs. 26 million iPads.
Yeah, good old Mac. You know who's not doing so good is the iPod. But that's
iPod sales in half.
Yeah, but that's
one half.
Apple has just all but abandoned the iPod anyway. They don't even talk about iPods anymore.
They don't care. They even said 3 or 4 years ago, we know that the iPhone is going to cannibalize iPod sales. It's Apple's willingness to cannibalize existing business with a new business that keeps them vital. I think that's very important in this day and age. You've got to move forward because no product lasts forever.
So I mentioned earlier in the show that Apple had made a movie to celebrate its 30th anniversary of the Mac.
Now, this wasn't a Super Bowl ad or anything.
No,
and
in fact, I thought this would have been a good place to run the ad, I guess, but for whatever reason, Apple didn't buy any Super Bowl time. But it's like a minute and a half. Brian, do you want to play it?
Let's play it. I'd like to see it. I didn't see it.
If you scroll down a little bit.
This is from Recode, the new Kara Swisher.
Yeah, but this is right on Apple's website.
January 24th, 2014. 30 years ago, we introduced Macintosh. It promised to put technology in the hands of people. Look what it's done.
It's Apple creeping me out again.
The sun rises on a world that's all Apple all the time. You're all buying Macintoshes. You're making your robot hands. You're making eggs with your robot hands. You're sitting in class learning to be lawyers. Then you're learning to be sharks. Then you're playing in the water. I'm a robot now. I'm amazed. I am bouncing energy. What the heck? Oh, look at that dress. So this, is very much like the Robin Williams commercial for the iPad in the sense that it is, I've been there, I was just there. In the sense that it's, was that Ephesus? I think it was. In the sense that here's what people are doing, but in this case is what people are doing with all of our products.
Yes.
Not just the iPad.
All of the videos were shot on iPhones.
That's kind of cool. This is all iPhone footage.
It is.
Wow, it's good.
Yeah, and edited on
That's
Macs.
impressive.
Of course, again, 30th anniversary.
That's not saying anything. If they edited it on an iPhone, I'd be impressed.
That would be pretty cool. That would be,
Shot in one day. So, this reminds me of...
Happy Birthday, Mac.
Is the Day in the Life books. Remember Rick Smolin's beautiful photography books where they would do a day in the life? That's kind of the same idea here. It was a day in the life of Apple, in effect.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You know what? I like that. And frankly, that's better on the web like that than as a TV ad. I don't think people are even going to know what it's for if they see it on a TV set.
We were talking about second screens, and you mentioned Get Glue. Into Now is another one of those type of socially driven apps that are supposed to help as a companion, bought by Yahoo in 2011 and now being shut down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, the second screen.
Did you use Into Now?
No, we talked about it. We definitely said, hey, look at this. It's kind of cool.
You used GetGlue for a while, mostly because they had us as stickers.
Yeah. I mean, GetGlue is pivoted somewhat, but it's still kicking. But I don't think that these TV apps.
They don't do it.
You
want Twitter. You might want Facebook. But you don't want a standalone app. You don't want to be taken out of the social universe. You want to participate. I think mostly I keep Twitter running, right?
It never made sense to check into a show.
Right.
It's like,
that's nutty.
But yeah, but I have the same problem with a lot of apps and services that piggyback on something that we know and love, like Twitter, for example, and say, hey, so instead of asking your question on Twitter, you can use Jelly, which is a place to ask questions.
No, ask it on Twitter.
And it's like, it doesn't, you're creating this highly organized way for me to behave, and I don't really want it. Anyway, so that's one of those apps that is in the dead pool. Yahoo is shutting down Into Now after owning it for less than 3 years.
During the Super Bowl, you had your iPad out. Did you have Twitter running? Did you have Tweetbot or? Yeah,
because Tweetbot.
Yeah,
Tweetbot's my Twitter client.
And so you do a search on, say, a hashtag like Super Bowl, and then you watch these scroll by as all the people are tweeting about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's sad. Floyd Mayweather bet more than $10 million that the Broncos would win.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're not serious.
That's what it says here.
Stop it.
If you had a bad day, remember Floyd Mayweather bet $10.4 million on the Broncos.
That's crazy.
I don't even know where you can bet $10.4 million on anything.
Oh, you follow Lord too.
I love Lord.
I love Lord.
She says, because she's from New Zealand, I don't blame her. I thought the Super Bowl and the World Series were the same thing.
Oh, that's cute.
That's all right, Lord. I thought you and Taylor Swift were the same thing.
I don't believe her.
No,
I think she's just being one of those Twitter comedians.
Coy. Look at this makes me mad.
I don't know nothing about. Oh God.
That makes me mad.
Gross colors.
Yeah.
Gross colors for a gross
Why
team.
would they dye the Empire State Building blue and green?
Now, how are they going to undye it? Now they're stuck with a big old
What happens next
in the
year?
Sky. Dirty bird. The old dirty bird.
You know, I forgot.
What?
That Paul Allen owned the Seahawks. I completely forgot that. And then he's
I
up
thought
there
he
on
owned
the stage.
Supersonics.
He owned the Trailblazers, Portland Trailblazers.
Oh, okay.
And he owned the
those
Seahawks.
confused.
I confused that because it's a basketball team in Portland, but in Seattle he owned the football team.
Okay.
And there he was, accepting the Vince Lombardi trophy and everything.
Well, Paul Allen. You always come back around, don't you?
The reason we bring this up, he used to own me and Sarah.
Yes.
We worked in his submarine.
We were forced to wear little chains.
Like leashes.
Yeah, and he'd pull, and then he said, here, Comcast, I don't want them. But that's neither here nor there. Hey, you know what we did get? And this is super exciting because, as I mentioned at the top of the show, I have a real problem with autocorrect, and it's getting worse. Autocorrect is out to get me. It's getting worse all the time.
So I have a question.
Yes.
It learns, does it not?
Supposed to.
So when I read, I love the site Damn You Autocorrect.
Yes.
And really the funniest thing, the gales of laughter ensue when you write something normal and it turns into something vaguely pornographic.
Right.
I always think, well, the reason it did that is because all of your other texts are vaguely pornographic. No. So I'm thinking you're having trouble with autocorrect because it's changing it to words you would prefer to be using. It just thinks you want those words.
No, that's not the problem with autocorrect.
It's learned from you.
Well, the problem is when you're texting, iMessage, whatever, however you're deciding to communicate with somebody, emailing even, really quick, and you don't check your work. Yeah. You're going to say something that's nonsensical, and then you're going to send it, and then you're going to be like, oh, damn you, autocorrect.
Right.
But
you could disable it, but it's useful enough that you don't disable it.
Well, I want it to get smarter. The problem is that it's not getting smarter, and it started to suggest these words where I'm like, I've never once ever said that. Ever.
Okay, see, that's what I want to know. So it is actually picking words that you would never ever say.
And sometimes it's making all of those words all caps. I mean, it's like
what's going on?
I don't know. I know that I can. You can basically say like restore to default settings and basically wipe out what autocorrect has learned. The problem is that sometimes it actually works well. It's just that the times that it doesn't make me crazy. However, did you know that Swiftkey now has predictive keyboard as an app on iOS.
How? I thought you couldn't change the app.
Well,
keyboard.
because you're not actually changing it on
you're in an
system
app.
level.
You're in an
This
app.
is an app that's basically meant to be a notes-taking app. So if you want to, and by the way, it's
Is it Evernote?
it's a standalone app, but you can connect it to Evernote and obviously make it a lot more powerful. But even if you don't connect it to Evernote because you are an Evernote user or whatever, if you go ahead and say, all right, I'm going to hi.
So,
see?
but that's the Apple keyboard. Oh, but it's adding on top of the Apple keyboard a bar of predictive text.
That's right.
Yeah. See, I use this on Android, and it's my preferred keyboard on Android. It's very good.
This reminds me of my old Nokia phone. I used to love predictive text. You get real good at it.
And so this is a little different than autocorrect, and I think it is better because you're seeing kind of right there what it's proposing, instead of waiting to type the word and then having it red squiggled underlined and then the alternative typing actually placed in there. I think Apple's autocorrect is kind of too automatic. This is a little bit, and you can see it also, by the way, knows that, for instance, okay, so notice you typed I'm in it. It says your next most likely things are not and going. So I'm going or I'm not going.
Yeah.
So it knows. So you said I'm going, and now it says for, with, or
good.
at. Those would be the most likely next words. You can save yourself a lot of time by looking at those autocorrects. I love this, but you know, ideally it would be as it is on Android. You'd be able to replace the keyboard with Swiftkey.
Well, yeah.
But Apple's never going to allow that. So this is a good answer to your problem with autocorrect. Not because it's not doing autocorrect or it's not even making mistakes. In fact, of those three choices, maybe none of them are right.
Yeah.
But if one of them is, you can save a lot of letters right away.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, I feel like this is a little bit clunky because the keyboard's so big. You know, this used to be something I was really, really good at with my tiny little phone when we still had actual physical keyboards. But yeah, as you continue on, it gets smarter, and it actually, you start noticing like, oh yeah, I typed the first word of the word, I don't know.
It says every time you type
serpent.
I'm, you always type drunk. So it would offer that as the next choice every time. So that, by the way, I don't know if it does this on Apple, but on Android it will also import your Facebook posts, your texts, and your Gmail, among other things, and learn from that. So it can train itself even without you using it for very long.
It knows about your future based on your past of communication. Anyway, Swiftkey, predictive keyboard. It's called Predictive Note. Is that right? I want to make sure I call it the right thing.
I love that.
Well, it says Swiftkey here, but I believe the actual app is called Predictive Note. Let me look.
Let me search for Swiftkey and see if it just comes up, because, yeah, it does. If you search for Swiftkey, you'll see Swiftkey Note.
Swiftkey Note.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's free. It's fun. It's
Good for them.
It's a nice little thing to have.
They come into All About Android all the time, the developers.
Yeah?
They're close friends of the Twit network, and I just think the world of them. It is the best keyboard, in my opinion, on Android, so I'm glad to see this.
Excellent. Hey, so what do you think about this whole health book app rumor in iOS 8?
So this would be analogous to the Passbook, which is already in iOS, which stores your fan cards, whatever you call those, grocery club cards, and
things like
movie tickets, boarding passes.
frequent flyer information.
So what would Health Book do?
Well, the idea would be that if an app is, let's say it's some sort of an app that you're using to monitor how many steps you take in a day, or some sort of fitness thing or weight loss or whatever, that data can then be collected and stored in some sort of a health book app that then could be synced the next time you go to the doctor, or it could be used sort of as a central repository for other apps to then pull from. So let's say you've got your Runkeeper app, and then all of a sudden you download Fitstar.
Right.
And
they could all be part of the health book.
Yeah, like Fitstar could then actually know a lot about how many miles you run in a week without you having to re-enter that again. It's not clear if Apple would allow third-party apps to talk to each other directly.
They do in Passbook,
yes.
right? Or no?
Well,
they can't talk to each other, but they can join Passbook.
Yeah, but it's
Now, how do we know? So you're saying this is next generation, iOS 8. How do we know that? Are they betaing this? Is this something people are seeing?
Well, Cult of Mac, as well as
Are they guessing?
as well as other publications.
Reportedly.
Yeah, I mean these are rumors. These
Yeah.
are rumors, and
Because
a lot
we're
of,
still betaing iOS 7. We are not in testing for iOS.
Yeah, I
8
mean
yet.
we're still in iOS 7 that reboots all the time.
Yeah, we want to get to 7.1.
7.1 would
8
be
is not
would
quite.
be awesome. And by the way, there are people who are already running the next version of
Yes,
iOS
and
7.
they say it's much better.
And they do
Yeah.
say it's much better. This is what we have is educated guesses based on
Right.
patents that Apple has filed, people that they're hiring, positions that they're actively looking to fill. So it all kind of works into the growing belief that we're going to have things like the iWatch or whatever it's called that would be something like health book related, where it would makes a lot more sense. You know, a health book app on an iPad, you think, well, don't you have to kind of have it on your person all the time?
You almost need it if you're going to do a watch or something. For instance, the Samsung Galaxy Note and S4 have the S Health app, and that keeps track of all of that stuff. And there's a pedometer because you're jiggling when you're walking or exercising, and
Right.
the phone is, if it's in your pocket, will do the pedometer thing. It also will tie to some of the health devices. Now, I saw an interesting story that Apple had met some very high Apple executives, including Bud Tribble, had met with some very high-level FDA officials a couple of months ago to discuss medical applications. It was interesting. A lawyer who was pouring through appointment notes, these are publicly published, saw this and said, "Whoa, look at that," to discuss medical applications. So I think that the rumor mill is starting to heat up a little bit, that Apple is going to do something in health. The health book makes a lot of sense. Perhaps a watch that monitors health. I can't wait. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to stop talking about it. Just show us the watch. My goodness.
We've
been talking about this a long time.
This is the
now.
problem. And one of the reasons I hesitate to report rumors is that the rumor starts well before there's anything to actually show. And it might be more than a year off.
I mean,
we don't know.
We waited all of 2013 to see if that watch was going to happen. And then, everyone started changing their tune about, around July saying, maybe it's more like 2014. And Apple's like, we're not going to say anything.
Meanwhile, the Apple TV came out. No, it didn't.
Well, now it has, Apple TV store at apple.com.
Apple TV, there's not going to be a television made by Apple, even though everybody said there was. This is why rumors you got to take with a little pinch of, what is that thing you put on your tongue and it tastes, what is it, salty?
Yes.
A little pinch of that.
A little something. A little something. Umami.
Umami. Oh, mommy.
I like that.
You know, that's the what is it? Sweet, salt, sour, bitter, umami.
Yeah.
It's the fifth taste.
Which is
seaweed.
Well.
It's like it's like it's like MSG does
It's like shoyu plus like rice vinegar or something.
It's not piquant exactly, but it makes you go.
It's that other one.
How did we get into this?
I don't know. We were talking about health, and then we started talking about stuff that's going to give us hypertension, because that's usually where it goes. Hey, I want you to check your Flipboard, because they're rolling out a new version of Cover Stories.
I don't have it yet.
I don't either.
I keep checking it. They said they were doing this.
And I was like really hoping that I would have it by this show, but I don't have it.
Well, let me first of all, let me make sure I've got all the updates. I know do you ever notice this, that yes, it's supposed to auto update, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes I have just a bunch stuck there. See? This Twitter one's been stuck there for a while.
I don't know why it does that. It's like, why is it pending?
January 30th, Flipboard was updated, but I don't know if this was I don't think it was that update.
Yeah, mine didn't update.
Let me check real quickly. This is Flipboard. So I will notice, because Cover Stories
will look different. So you go ahead and go in, and then click on your Cover Stories.
See, I don't think it's done yet, because eventually they're going to have like sources on the left.
Exactly. In fact, if you show us that TechCrunch article, Brian.
Oh.
And
because they had an image in the.
There you go. Yeah. If you scroll down a little bit, we can look forward to a cover story looking more like this. So you've got Flipboard picks up at the top. You've got sources, publications that you follow, that sort of thing. So it's a little bit less. You know what I think the problem with cover stories that I have right now is, when I'm looking at my cover stories in the latest, this is my latest version of the Flipboard app, but it's not the new version of Cover Stories. this is sort of, it's supposed to be like an aggregate of everything, you know, so it's technology, my Instagram feed, a few RSS feeds that I read, Curbed and Twitter and blah, blah, blah. So if I go in there, it's supposed to be an overview of everything, but it ends up being like a jumbled mess. I've got some sort of something that was shared on Instagram. We've got a Value-Ag article about
it's not clear
Sheryl
what
Sandberg.
you're getting anymore.
Then you have a bunch of tweets. It's like, what?
Yeah.
And I've really never hung out in cover stories much because I need a little bit more structure if I'm going to spend a lot of time, I don't know, reading tech news. It's like, I'm not going to go in here. I'm just going to go ahead and say, let's look at my technology
You know what's funny?
feeds.
I don't either, because it's all your ex-boyfriends, frankly, is all I ever see in my cover stories.
What? I don't...
Kevin Rose,
you know what?
every
I don't wanna-
single time.
I don't care. I just
And
don't
so
care.
out of loyalty to you, I say, I'm not going there.
I don't have a problem with him.
No, I know.
That's a long time.
But no, I mean, literally, I'm not kidding. It's who you follow on Twitter, though. It's not just Kevin. It's a bunch of other ex-boyfriends. It's who you follow on Twitter. Keeps showing up on your cover story.
I mean, I don't have that many boyfriends.
I'm just teasing you. I'm sorry. Just kidding you. Yes, I agree with you. Although so you're like you. I don't go to cover stories. I go to my sources. So I have Tech Meme, I have Twitter, I have technology. That's the Flipboard technology, GigaOM and Wired and all of that. And those who I read. But I kind of wish there were more of like a Google Reader or a Feedly style feed of. I don't know. It's just you're right. It's a magazine.
Well,
it's pretty.
you can have your reader as a single Flipboard area. I have Google Reader as well. Everything that's in my Google Reader feed is.
I could do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm looking at it right now.
Mine's too big to do that. There's too much stuff in it.
Oh, come on. That's not. Don't
That's cool.
Don't
So
be crazy.
is it too late to do that?
No, of course it's not
How
too
would
late.
I add it?
I'll use Feedly or whatever.
Feedly?
You know, you can use Dig Reader.
Oh. I didn't know I could do that.
Well, you can. See,
Thank
look.
you, Sarah Lane.
Google Reader.
Thank you, Sarah
You're
Lane.
welcome. I'm here to help.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so hopefully this time next week our cover stories will look different and we can all ooh and ah about how great it's gotten. But for whatever reason, we're not the lucky few of the folks that got the new rollout. Maybe we're in the wrong zip code. We love hearing from you, though, not just if you get the new cover stories. You can gloat if you would like. You can send us an email at iPadtoday@twit.tv. You can leave us a voicemail, 757-504-IPAD. You can send us a video. You can comment on something we've already talked about. You can suggest apps. You know, somebody wrote in over the last week and said, you know what, Leo and Sarah, you need to cover more apps on your show.
How could we possibly cover more apps?
I mean, I feel like that's all we do, but it's just not enough
You
for
want more apps? We're going to give you more apps.
That's right. Next week, 47 apps will be reviewed on the show.
Yeah.
If the sun goes down, the show will go on. Just for you.
Yes.
So thanks everybody who contributes to the show in whatever way that you like contributing. So much so that this is mine.
It says Sarah.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, we're going to Disneyland.
Hey, I'm going to Disneyland. Just like those stupid Seahawks. I didn't pay attention to anybody who said that yesterday, but I'm sure that they did. That Sherman
They
fellow.
didn't do it anymore. They don't do
They
it
don't do it anymore, do they? Hey, you got a smiling pile of poo.
Hey, Seattle Seahawks, you just won the Super Bowl. Where are you going?
To Poo Town.
We're going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
This is from Throwboy.
That's super cute. I
Isn't
love
that
it.
nice?
I love it.
So I'm thinking we should, instead of app caps, we could do app pillows.
Okay.
And I'm going to do this one. This is good too. This is a happy one.
Yeah.
Aren't those fun?
I love them.
These are emojis.
They're plushy. Emoji pillows.
Emojis.
It was inevitable, wasn't it?
It was.
Hey, so Leo,
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
What's your app cap, Sarah Lane?
Well, it's called Paper, but I don't want you to think, oh yeah, it's that
53. We love that.
that drawing app. Yeah.
In fact, there it is at the
fact,
top hits. That's
it is. This is the paper that I've known and loved for, gosh, what, a couple years now. Oh, come on. Don't give me a guide. I know what's going on.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, this is like what,
Love Paper.
Yeah.
In fact, the CEO of Paper is not too happy about Facebook right now.
Yeah, in fact, apparently, when Facebook said, we've got our own app called Paper, and here it is, the folks at 53 said, we'd like you to not use that name.
Too late.
And Facebook declined.
Well,
So it was an actual
we'll see you in
conversation
court.
that was had. So let me get my ears out of the way here. This is The new app.
Why did they think they could get away with that, I wonder?
What do you mean? They have gotten away with it.
Facebook. Well, they have for now. So the idea is this. Okay, I'm going to say one thing. This is in effect. By the way, it's an iPhone app, as you can tell. It's not a.
Yes.
It's not an iPad app.
Yep.
But it works pretty well on the iPad. As you can tell, it is a newspaper.
Yikes.
It has stuff. Now that's Gawker. You probably don't follow Gawker on Facebook, but I'm sure you follow Mauricio, and there is
his new baby.
His new baby, so sweet.
Oh my goodness!
Now, isn't that nice how the video came alive on that, and it's part? So I think
it's really cool.
As much as Facebook's saying this is a news app, this is their competitor for a Flipboard, for instance. This is really the next Facebook. This is Facebook Mobile, isn't it?
Well, I hope it is. I mean, it's a really fun way to read the news feed.
It is.
As you can see, Facebook's still reminding me, hey, swipe down if you want to go back. Swipe up if you want to go.
You're in the tutorial section.
Well, I'm actually flipping through my feed. Oh my, I don't want to read about that. Not right now, anyway.
You have quite an interesting feed, I might add.
Well, you know.
Now notice I'm getting a chat head notification on mine. So
are you?
There's still
somebody wants to chat with you.
Still well. What I'm saying is it is the Facebook app in the sense that there's still Facebook functionality. The chat's still there, and you can post from it. Now I'm not sure how you post from it. How do you post from it?
Well, I mean, if I'm looking at iJustine's latest update, I can go ahead and say.
So swipe down gives you the kind of more traditional post
yeah,
Facebook.
I can leave my
comment. No, but you can
right
create
here.
a new post here too.
Can you?
Yeah. So watch this.
Okay.
You swipe down this.
Oh.
And now
I didn't even see
this
that.
is why I think what's happening is this.
That's
so
cool.
what Facebook did is they took some of their best developers and they skunk worked them. They separated them out into a part of Facebook and they said, you're on your own. The sky's the limit. Do anything you want. And I think they created the first really mobile Facebook app. The Facebook app compared to this looks very old school. The settings are you can have push notifications.
This is awesome.
Tap for next story. I love this auto pan. This is something that takes advantage of the A7 processor in the iPhone 5S, where you can, the perspective wallpaper that works with your friends' photos. Autoplay videos, you have that on. That's on by default, but some people don't like it that videos play because there's often audio as well. You can set up a read later, which I like. I use Pocket, so I can set up my Pocket to work with this. Let's not do that right now. And what else? I'm pretty interested in this.
You can also this is kind of cool in
code generator, which is
the edit sections area. You have more control over what you actually see.
Yeah.
So this
including adding content from the New York Times, Mashable, GigaOM, from real content creators, and cute kitties. You're going to add that. Go ahead, just add it. You know you're going to.
Yeah.
So this is what's interesting about this. Initially, it looks like it's a newspaper like Flipboard where you've got content from non-friends, but you also have your friends' content. And it encourages you to post beautifully. And I think that's part of this. Take a picture, too.
Fine.
Yeah. Because I think that's part of this is, my goodness, your friends went to jail? Okay, tap.
That's just mob wives.
That's good. I like it. I take pictures of TV shows with my iPad, too.
It's just was something that I like doing.
You know what I do? I watch Downton Abbey, and if I see a dress that I really want, I'll take a picture of it. That way I know when I take it to my tailor, I can say, this is what I want it to look like. And it's Drita.
Isn't it sad that I know her name?
Yeah, she's a mob wife, not a friend.
Okay. Well, that's not her. Anyway, I'm not
matter.
actually posting that. That would be
Come on.
No way. It would be
It
would be too,
right, I'm gonna
too
post
strange.
Something. I'm going to post a picture of Sarah Lane.
Oh God.
Create post. Okay. How do I take a picture? It doesn't have a camera button. It just says photo access.
Well, hold on.
Oh, there it is. You go into the photos, and then you can take a picture.
And then, you've got your little photo.
So let's take a picture of you.
Would you like to see the poop?
Show me the poop. And I'm going to say, hello, Throwboy. All right. Nice picture. I got a good picture there. I'm going to tap to tag, just like you do on Facebook. I'm excited about this. What did I do wrong?
You're all right.
Tap to tag, S-A-R.
There I am.
Okay. It's tapping the poo. I want to... All right, we'll just use that. Okay, and now write something. Thank to Throwboy for... See, autocorrect did a good job there. Our newest little friend. All right. And now this is going to go to Facebook, right? I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can get it played. This is just like a Facebook post.
It's just a. It's weird because there's a whole conversation that's happening online right now where people saying, well, why would I ever use the regular Facebook app? I think this is drastically different enough. So it's not just, you know, the whole world isn't just going to say, oh, we're all going to use Facebook Paper now and the Facebook app is going to suffer.
I wonder. Already 2 likes, by the way. They're pouring in. This is real time. This is real time. That's kind of neat. It has the Facebook thumbs up, but notice it doesn't say Facebook. In fact, you don't really see Facebook until you slide the content out of the way, and then you see your friend requests, your messages, your notifications, and so forth. I kind of think this is great. I'm really liking this. Don't you think that's beautiful?
I love it. I actually think it's really, really nice. And Facebook is. I actually really like their new Facebook Messenger app. Well, that's not brand new, it's a few months old. But we've gotten to a point where Facebook's like, okay, well, our whole, the core of everything that we offer you, the Facebook experience, can seem a little bloated and a little outdated and kind of ugly and the whole thing. So let's just give you a bunch of apps that keep you liking Facebook, that look real nice, work well. We've got a bunch of designers that might as well put them to work, and the stuff is beautiful. It is iOS only, no Android version, at least not now.
You know, I don't know how soon they're going to do an Android version. This takes advantage of a lot of the stuff in iOS 7 and
exactly.
And so forth. I like
and
these
apparently the
sections.
team is very iOS heavy.
Yeah. I think this is really nicely done. You know, about 2 weeks ago, I said it's over, Facebook's dead. Boy, was I wrong.
Did you?
First,
Why did you say that?
Their quarterly results came out, and they made more money in mobile than they made in desktop, which is exactly what they needed to do. The stock, of course, went up quite a bit. And now they release an app that, to me, is a complete reinvention of what Facebook is and is the most beautiful app. Now, they've flopped, and Facebook Home has flopped, Poke flopped. You could argue Messages maybe isn't the hugest success either.
Yeah, I use it, but I know not a lot of people do.
So, you know, it's not like they're automatic home runs here from Facebook, but this is pretty impressive, don't you think?
I enjoy it.
Yep. Anyway, that's called Paper.
That's Paper.
Not to be confused with Paper.
No. Paper and Paper are 2 different apps.
I'm excited
This
about
version of Paper is free, though.
Yeah, as it should be.
Paper,
of course,
stories from Facebook.
You need a Facebook account to do this. So the chat, I always ask the chat room, what's good, what's hot, what's new. And last week they said, you got to try 5by. This is a video discovery tool. And we've talked about video discovery tools before. They say, hi, I'm your video concierge. And here's how you set it up. You click the Let's Do This button. Now, this is kind of fun. Which would you rather do? A trip to space, backpack through Europe, bungee jump, go to the Super Bowl, game all day, or camp with friends?
Backpack to Europe.
See, now this is how you and I are different.
Yeah.
So when you set it up, you should say backpack to Europe. I'm going to say go to the Super Bowl. I would rather do that. My friends are all sweethearts, jocks, cool, geeks, immature, or weirdos. Sarah?
Weirdos.
Yeah, I would say geeks. So it's going to, I guess, customize this based on this. My dream vacation, Sarah, is it exploring San Francisco, Cancun, rocking out at Coachella, a Comic-Con, shredding the Rockies, or the Cannes Film Festival?
Ooh, let's say Coachella.
Yeah, see, again, this makes sense because you and I are not the same person. Now, for
if
even
there
more,
was any doubt.
Now we know. I'm going to connect to Facebook. Do I have to enter my password? I do. I don't know. What have I done wrong in life?
Because you just don't have your Facebook credentials in your settings.
Ah, but see, that's where Paper should have put that in, but it didn't. Because I don't have the Facebook app. So I won't, I'll just...
Well, I don't know why you don't just do that.
Should I do it? All
A
right.
lot of
It would say, because that's like the 3rd time today I've had to go through this process. By the way, if you use Code Generator, which I recommend, the second factor authentication of Facebook, you should definitely turn that on. The new Paper app supports it, which is nice. So you could use that as your sole Facebook app.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just entering my password. And now it's going to want my code generator. So I'll use this phone. In a moment, you will see the exciting videos that is picked for me.
This is what security you know, this is
you
this
saw
is the price you pay for good security.
Yeah, you got to do this.
Got to
because,
do it. True.
Twitter supports it. Google, of course, does it. Facebook does it. Turn on this second factor authentication. You really, unless you want somebody to steal your Facebook account, you wouldn't want that. All right. So now, for even more personalized videos, link your Facebook account. You can also connect your YouTube account for best results. Boy, they really want a lot of information. I'm going to not do that. Let's skip ahead here. It's Monday afternoon. I've got videos for you. On the John, entertaining you, getting caught up, seeking out, blowing you away.
Geeking out.
Geeking out? You want to do that? Let's see.
Well, I don't want to do toilet.
Smart is the new sexy. I know. Oh, no, you know, I was tempted. So TED Talks, science, short films, tech-savvy design. How about some vintage?
Okay.
You've made a wide choice. How much time do you have for videos?
Jeez.
How much time do I have for this stupid app?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right, let's go. Okay, getting your videos, got them. Now this is
cool though because
it's great.
It's like, hey, tell us exactly what kind of time you have and what you want to see, and we'll give it to you.
Yeah. And so far the videos have been really exciting. I'm not sure they're not.
Is there some load thing that you're not waiting for?
I'm just gonna sit and watch that for a while. A black screen.
What's going on? Is it buggy? Is it bugging out? That's the
It worked at home. So
the reflection of the lights behind us.
Yeah, that's not the video. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, you know who it's from? Stumble Upon.
Which I did not know.
So that kind of tells you something when you see that. So it's picked some videos for me. If for some reason it worked at home, maybe there's something wrong with this machine. I'll have to reboot it. But you see, it's picked some videos. There's an old Market Street video. This is some vintage stuff, which is kind of fun. Actually, I like it. Then I went through all those videos. It was about 10 minutes worth, because that's how much time I said.
Right, right.
And now it says, hey, it's Monday afternoon. You want to see some more videos?
Blowing you away.
Oh, you want Blowing Me Away?
Well, I don't do it.
Let's do it. Let's get blown away.
This is your app.
What could that be? Art and animation, space. Oh, I love time lapses, don't you?
Yes.
All right, let's play them. Okay, now maybe this is going to work. No.
You've got something's up with your app.
And then it does this thing like, okay, you like that video? Swipe over, because you're going to really like this video.
Oh.
I don't know what's
Damn
going
you,
on.
5x.
So I'll
Damn
reboot.
you!
That was a really boring demo.
You just need to restart the app.
I think if I just restart and everything. But you get the idea. 5x, a lot of people recommended it. And I love the idea that if you can say, hey, I've got half an hour, show me something interesting, and you kind of can categorize it.
Yeah.
Fun idea. I'm cleaning my memory by rebooting.
Oh, there you go. Well, I like it. 5x, app.5by.com if you would like to get it for yourself. It is free, as is Paper.
I've downloaded that immediately. I mean, I'm very excited about Paper. It just came out before we went on the air, so I'm very excited.
Well, you know, let's make the news feed compelling again in Facebook.
Yeah.
Because it isn't.
It isn't now. It's a lot of Upworthy junk, and stuff I don't want to see.
Yeah, right, exactly. We talked about this, and I said, you know, sometimes I click on these things,
Well,
and I'm like,
it's so funny, because I was saying Facebook's got to get mobile right. Their software is antiquated, their apps are antiquated, and the news feed is terrible. They've really junked it up with this new algorithmic thing, and they answered every one of them, and all of a sudden I'm going from Facebook's dead to Facebook is the new black. It's amazing.
Well, all they needed was just one app, and Leo Laporte has changed his mind. Remember when you refused to you left Facebook, and then you came back to Facebook?
I was really ready to read ready to leave Facebook last week. I thought, this is terrible. I don't want to do this anymore.
And now?
And now I love Paper.
And now you're back.
And I'm going to start posting and participating in the world. I'm coming back, baby. Let me just.
You're back.
Let me just see. Wouldn't it be funny if Paper breaks 5x video?
Guess who's back?
All right. You said
back again.
Blowing You Away, and we were going to do staff picks. I got 10 minutes. Let's do it. Let's see if it works now.
Oh my God! You better work. Oh my gosh! What's happening? That sucks.
Okay.
I mean, is there some central server that's like getting...
That might be our bandwidth. I don't know.
It's so weird.
Okay, there you go.
Well...
That's my pick.
You guys get the idea. Every once in a while in our app cap section of the show, we get all excited because we want to talk about a new cool app, and it doesn't work. It doesn't happen that often. It's still worth checking out, especially because it's free. They've got a couple little hiccups. They'll probably have an app update and everything will be fixed.
It's okay. It could be crappy. I don't know.
It's okay. Well, we've come to the end of our hour, and you look happier than ever. You're a conductor mouse with a little M&M friend.
Throwboy.com.
Throwboy.com. Thanks for
Roberto.
Thank you for my poop. Thank you for pooping. Always appreciated. It's good for you, you know?
We'll see you next time on iPad Today.